to Around the Reel with your hosts, Aaron Carlson, Charles Lawson, and Samantha Hanna. Ah, shit. Here we go again.
We chilling.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm back in my hotel.
Cool.
In which fabulous city are you in a hotel in?
I am in Miami currently.
No shit. That's awesome.
Yes.
That is cool.
That's my town.
So it's
Man,
Yeah.
it's a lovely city, I will tell you that.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make sure I'm turning on all the lights that I can turn on. So
you scared of the dark? I get it.
I am very
No,
scared
he
of the
just
dark.
wants us to be able to see him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I'm
Chuck.
scared. No, I'm really scared of the dark. No, I'm not even.
Me too, bro.
I'm sitting here in the darkness, and he's sitting here like, no, man, I gotta turn on some more lights. Hang on, let me get the bathroom light. And we got a night light. Put it on the bathroom. There you go.
There
Got the
it
desk
is.
lamp.
Well, this is kind of nice though, because we set up stuff over here, and it's like nice and bright. It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
I'm used to being in the darkness.
I know.
with
We're used to being over there with Chuck in the dark.
in the dark. Yeah.
Well, hello.
What's
there
up,
you
man?
are.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
We're good, man. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
And your sound is kind of going in and out on this, bro.
Is it okay? Hold on. I'll try.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, at least for now.
Let's go.
I hope
Let's
so.
go.
Okay. I hope it
Oh,
hangs
We
in
got
there.
that
I hope it
hotel
hangs in
Wi-Fi.
I know, yeah.
That's
right.
exactly what it was.
Yeah. That's
it's all
okay.
good.
That's okay. We're going to do our best.
Yeah,
We'll
we're going
get-
to do our best. We'll hear.
Yeah.
We'll hear. I can always fix
We're
it.
gonna do our
in post.
best, do our duty for God and our country
Jesus
and
Christ.
this show.
Oh, boy.
Well, that is Charles.
Hey man, I'm still amped up from being on set today.
Yeah, that was fun filming today. That was good.
They
It's nice.
filmed today.
Yeah.
Some of the part of the horrorverse.
Yeah, some movie stuff. Action scene downtown Tacoma. We're getting down. Chase scene in a truck. It's cool. Yeah,
Suspension shot. Now the truck goes sideways.
yeah.
I'm
You
trying to go straight.
gotta watch
But it
the
was fun.
suspension.
But we're not here to talk movies, though. We're here to talk movies.
Boy, I thought we were talking about
We're
creativity.
talking
What's one of the most important things in every good movie?
Music.
music.
God,
I was
creativity.
gonna do a great lead-in, but Sam just thought we don't want him. We want him a music. I was trying to lead into the music part.
It's
What's
fine.
part of a good chase
Fair.
scene?
All right,
is the
Sam.
music.
Fair.
That's
Sam.
inspiring.
Boo Boo, why don't you go ahead and introduce the
Yeah,
guest,
Boo Boo
or
Kitty
have
Fuck.
him introduce himself or
because
whatever. We'll get
this
started.
Is my guest.
Yeah, this is your guest today.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes. We have Medearis Dixson. Did I say your first name right? Medearis?
You said it right.
Okay. We have Medearis Dixon today, and do you go by MD usually?
Yes.
Okay. So MD. And he plays the saxophone badass.
That's dope.
Yeah. He's pretty good. And he's super young too, so it's like incredible.
Wow. Oh, well, you know what's cool?
Now,
What is cool?
I love young people playing saxophone
It's gangster,
because that's
right?
an 80s fucking cool badass instrument, and no one does it anymore.
Right?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's fucking dope, man. Like Glenn Fry back in the day. You belong to the city. Come on. Kenny G stuff is dope.
No, at his concert, he pulled out some Bobby Caldwell.
Oh shit.
He
That's
did.
fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Well-
I did. I got a chance to meet Bobby Caldwell, amazing guitar player named Lynn Brown, and I had to ask him like, okay, really, because I knew he was white the whole time, but I'm like, really, you look black? He's like, yeah, man. Silhouette did a whole thing for me. I was like, yeah, I couldn't help but laugh. He's a really cool dude, really personable dude. So,
Awesome.
man, rest in peace to the late great
Yeah.
Bobby Caldwell.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah.
amazing, man.
He's got some
Wow.
soul,
Yeah,
that guy.
that's dope.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Around the Reel, everybody.
welcome to Around the Reel.
So, Medearis, I guess let's just get into it. Fuck it. How did you get into playing this saxophone? Because I tried to play that shit in school. And those wood instruments, because you had to put the little reed in it. Is that what it's called? A reed?
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't usually
shit.
put the reed in like this multiple times.
I don't know.
but
Fucking, you just do it, right? I could not blow that. I could play trumpet just fine. Trumpet, brass stuff, no problem. I got the lips for it, you know?
Oh, Aaron can blow a lot of things. He just can't blow a saxophone.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. Hey, if I go, go big or go home, right? Anyway, how'd you get into that, and how long you been playing?
So it all started when I was 11, and I asked my dad, could I have a saxophone? Because we used to listen to 88.5, 98.9, some jazz. I would listen to a lot of saxophone players like Kenny G, Gerald Albright, Najee. And what did my dad do? My dad bought me a trumpet because he didn't want to pay.
I get it.
These were expensive at that time. So I learned how to play trumpet. I started off as a player, and I expressed how much I wanted saxophone again. And after like the second or third or fourth or 12th time of me really asking him, he finally like buckled down and got me a pawn shop saxophone. And later, like the history follows. And I've been doing that. I think I got my first saxophone when I was in like 7th grade.
Wow.
Okay.
So we're knocking on like 14 years.
Okay. That's a long time to be playing now. Yeah.
Well,
That's
he's pretty good. You can tell he's been playing for a bit. He's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I am lucky enough to have gotten to go to see you in live one of your shows.
That's right, Sam.
Intentionally on accident.
Intentionally on accident.
Yeah. Let me tell you a story real quick. So she's got a friend of hers. His name is, well, we'll just call him Sharon. And Sharon, his name fits, right? Because he literally always needs a date. So he asked my woman to always go out with him. Like, I'm sharing her with him.
But
See what I mean?
But not like that.
You know, but it's just weird. Like, hey, I got, a couple tickets to the show. I'm not able to get my brother and sister, was that it? Sister and brother-in-law to go. They couldn't go. So he didn't want to waste the tickets. So he needed to borrow Samantha. And lo and fucking behold, though, she was like, I'm going to some jazz show. Sharon wants me to go. So I'm going to go. I don't even know what's going on. And she goes up there, and it's you.
I didn't
How
even know.
weird. And this is already after she's been talking to you to get you on the show, man.
Yeah, and I wanted to go.
I felt super bad because I was supposed to do this podcast like a good month or two ago, and she got me in a really bad,
That's okay.
bad situation. I was busy over the place. I think I was, where was I? I was headed to Atlanta or something crazy, one of those
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're playing all over the place then. You're traveling, playing these gigs, and doing your thing, right?
A little bit, a lot of it. This was supposed to be a wedding gig. It ended up being more of a studio session, and don't ask. It's a long, complicated story. But yeah, I ended up in a studio session, which I just came from now, and so it's solid. And then I had more.
Okay.
Just so you know, buddy, this is a show in which we talk. So long stories don't hurt our feelings. If you want to share a little snippet of what you got going on, it's okay. That's what the show is about.
Yeah.
Talking some shit.
Okay. What goes on in Miami stays in Miami.
Oh, pick that.
That's the life for everybody to know.
Unless it was me, of course. I've pretty much told my Miami story over.
Please
and over
don't
and
tell it
over
again.
And then when you get on the boat, you go to Cozumel over. Especially that story.
There's some type of statute of limitations before I start sharing these kind of stories.
Well, let me...
yesterday. I don't know who's going to see this.
Let me just
it is. It might blow up my whole operation. So I'm gonna I'm gonna relax. I'm on vacation. And work, and then I go back to LA. I go to LA tomorrow to do a show, and then Monday I go to a jam session, and then Tuesday I come home like none of that ever happened.
Right. Yeah. It just wiped it out. It didn't happen at all. Right? Sure. Yeah.
We won't tell anybody.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Sam. Here's the thing. They love brown dudes down there. They love them.
Is that so?
They love us. Yes, it's cool. And then when you go to Mexico, they love you even more.
Yo, I was literally at a Marshall's because
Who are you looking for?
I went to a Marshall's, and little bit of Spanish that I spoke. Like I can understand a little bit of Spanish, and I know how to reply. I kid you not. I had a whole conversation with some random like Argentinian dude, and I made him think that I was like Dominican. It was like beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, they don't know what the fuck you are down there, Puerto Rican or Dominican or you're this or you're that, and the mystery is sexy. So the women especially love you. Sam, I'm just telling you this, because if you and I go down there, they're going to be all over me. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Until I start singing "Bésame Mucho."
Yeah, why don't you go down there with him and see who the women are all over?
Dude, that's not even fair. He's got a saxophone too. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that is totally unfair.
taught me everything I know. But I promise you, you can't hear him play unless you like pull out like $3,000. That's how famous he is, and that's worked.
Ooh,
Wow.
nice.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
got you.
I can whistle a little bit.
You almost made him spit out his water.
Don't make our guests choke, man.
I try to whistle a little bit.
You can't whistle at all.
All right, so let me ask you this, MD. Is the MD just boring and short for your name, or is it because you are surgically precise with that sax, man?
And we get really surgical with it. I'm musically dedicated. I'm a master dominologist at any family cookout or gathering. We can go down the whole long list.
There's a bunch of
I'm a
reasons.
music director. Like we can
Ooh.
be dedicated. We can go down the line. Yes, but Dixon is the short abbreviated, or not the short, but the abbreviated version, I guess, or MD the abbreviated version of theirs. But no, we got multiple stanzas on MD.
Okay. All right. So the one thing I need to know. So you've been playing it for 14 years.
Yes.
Why the saxophone? When you were a little guy, what made you go, I want to play that?
I love sound. I love the sound of it. I think that saxophone, because I play multiple instruments, by the way. I play 14 different instruments, but saxophone was the instrument that just kind of spoke to me. It was one of those where I actually did it very well. As it translates to just feelings and overall emotions, I feel like that instrument in particular is easy to translate, like how I speak and how I feel, opposed to a trumpet or a piano.
Okay.
Even though I'm loving the bass guitar right now too, that's kind of fun.
That's
Jesus
cool,
Christ.
too.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Just learn how to do all this shit.
Well,
And
so is it true that if you learn how to play an instrument, especially a difficult instrument, that the other instruments come a little easier? Is that true or not true?
Yes and no. I mean, there's different techniques for different instruments. Notation wise, like if I play saxophone and I try to go play a flute, yes, I can have the fingering down for the flute depending on like the F sharp or whatever. Instead of playing the middle finger, you got to play the ring. But you still gotta like blow across the whole different thing. There's a whole lot of different situations that you gotta do with your mouth.
Yeah.
Trumpet, cornet, tuba, sousaphone, that kind of is the same. But again, different techniques, different breathing, different, just a different embouchure for being able to produce the kind of tone that you want. Clarinet, same thing. Even the saxophones, like I'm primarily an alto saxophone player. Yes, I can play tenor. Yes, I can play soprano, but I'm translating into a whole different key. So if I play a D on the alto, that's not going to be the same tone as the D on the tenor and soprano. So there's a lot of things that are going on in that type of stuff.
Wow.
I didn't know.
Well, yeah, we're not musicians.
I know.
We suck.
Did we say we suck at the same time?
Jinx. Man, dude.
It's crazy.
I always say it every time we get a musician on the show. Like, I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't get it. I mean, everybody says that to us, when we're making movies and whatnot. They don't understand what the concepts that we're doing. But is it really easy once you get it going, like you naturally know how to do this thing? Because I felt that way with movies. You know what I mean? I've been watching movies my whole life. I picked up the visuals. I kind of learned as I went, and now I kind of make films, right? So could you hear these songs and kind of get it, those tones that you heard? And then when you picked up an instrument, you could start playing, or did you have to put in a lot of work to get there?
So I think that every one of your favorite musicians put in a lot of work to get to where they want to get to. Will I say it comes easy? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Like I'm a big ear dude. I play by ear. I have perfect pitch, so I could literally tell you what note that you're talking in right now. And just quite that.
Wow.
So let's see if we can change this up a little bit then.
Right. So I've always prided myself on hearing. But again, that's one of those little nerd things that doesn't really do anything unless you're trying to tell a story to a crowd. Like, how do I use an instrument that doesn't have any words? Right? How do I use that to tell you that I wrote this song because my girlfriend broke my heart to million pieces, or I just got some of the best loving of my life last night, and I'm about to have that on the sax. How do I communicate that to you? And that is the whole goal on your effectability, if that's a word. I don't know, but if it's not, I just made it up, and
It's a good word.
that how effective you are as a saxophone or a musician in general.
Okay, all right. I like what. I love what you said. You know, telling a story with the music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always say that, and we always talk about it for the films we do. You know, that the music tells a story too, right? But it's nice to hear musicians say that, because that's exactly what it does every time. And you rarely hear musicians kind of say, at least I don't hear them very often. Telling a story with music is very interesting to me, because I relate every story or every moment I've had in my life to music somehow, some way. And I think most people do, right? You guys all do, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
when you're writing this stuff, Medearis, you write your own music, obviously, right?
I do.
Okay. Do you are you going off of these events in your life to come up with these melodies that you come up with?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I would say I wrote like love songs back in the day when they were corny and when they were cheesy, and it was, or just songs about like how I was feeling throughout the day. And I don't know nothing about much of that because I didn't live enough life or experience enough to really like put it together. I mean, unless like you're like a Michael Jackson singing ABC 1 2 3 do re mi ABC 1 2 3 maybe with B like that, like. That's like, but again, like you see it, how like Michael Jackson was able to put like the puzzle pieces of his life together and then create all the crazy things. Same thing as me, like being able to take real life situations and turn them into like just mosaic pieces that ends up my life.
I'll speak on that just because I was there to see him live. He did a part where he had his mom come over and he serenaded her, basically.
Made that whole song up from scratch.
Okay, well, look, what I got from that was love, appreciation, coming from inspiration. Like your mom is an inspiration to you. That's what I got. Those are the feelings that I got right off the bat. Super cool. Super awesome moment. That was beautiful. And very, very, very emotional, impactful. I loved that. That was awesome. I love that you brought your mom into it. And she came right over too. You could tell she's your biggest fan. She loves you.
My mama was irritated as hell. Like, you would have around that corner and saw her with that chicken ball in her hand.
I didn't see that part.
This small chilling eating some chicken.
You took her away from the chicken?
I mean, again, like that was a whole show that I didn't know what was going to happen. Like this was, I mean, it was just so emotional for me because my mom doesn't get to see me do this every day.
Okay.
And two, like this was the first produced show that I've ever had in my life. This is the first time where I produced my own show, came up with my own, together the team, all of this, right? So being able to, control a little bit of the moving parts. So for my mom to see that, two things. I was kind of showing off because I was like, look, Mom, this is what your investment did. This is what your son did. Also showing her how much I appreciated her for making sacrifices that she didn't have to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could have been like, Marshall, we're not getting this little brother like a saxophone. Like, no, you need to go actually study, get good grades. And which I didn't ever. But no, I mean, it just, again, like, she made that happen, and because of the things that she did financially to make it happen for me, this is the product that it was. So
well, you definitely have a gift, so I think she probably saw that in you, and that gift.
Yeah,
she going her son to this day, like, yeah, my son serenaded me, but I still wanted to kill him, girl, because he made me stop eating. I was tearing that chicken bone up.
That's awesome, buddy. Yeah, Sam, I've never got to see you actually play, but Sam played me some of your work and you're great.
Took some videos.
Yeah, you're fucking badass, dude.
It's
you really
crazy.
be getting down. You really do. Really do.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, brother. It's fucking cool, man. And I appreciate that music. I love the saxophone. I miss those fucking solos in songs. I really do. when a saxophone would hit, you always waited for the guitar solo, the drum solo, or a sax solo. Back in the day, that's what you waited for. And they don't do them anymore. And I think it's stupid, and I want to change it.
Whatever I can do to, help out, I got you, because I know how to solo.
I bet you do.
He had a group of people there with him to accent his saxophone too. He had what'd you have? You had a bass, you had what all did you have? You had drums, you had bass.
Yeah. So we brought the whole squad out for this one.
Yeah.
We had a drummer, we had a guitar player, we had a bass player, we had a keyboard player, we had another keyboard player, and we had an organ player. And so pretty much 7-piece band.
It was badass. It was badass. And they just accented your sax.
Yeah.
They did so good to just bring you to life.
That's a lot of sound.
Yeah, it is,
dope.
but it was awesome. It was awesome. That was a great show.
Those are some of my favorite musicians. And fun fact about those musicians, especially the organ player, Carl Radcliffe, shout out to him. I started off in his band when I was 18, 19 years old.
Dang.
And he would sneak me in the clubs and I would play. I wouldn't get carded because there's no way that this kid could play saxophone and not this good and not be 20 or up. So it was cool. So that was kind of the foundation of my music career. Perry Joshua on guitar, call him Uncle Perry. That was one of the first bands I actually got a chance to play with him and I would wheelchair my dad because he had suffered from a stroke at the time into my car, packed up all my musical stuff. He didn't even know I was a saxophone player when I first met him. So when I started playing saxophone around, I was like, nephew, gee, what? And so, yeah, long story short. So I would pack up my dad and my keyboard to go to play with his situation. Joe Simpson, I've been knowing him since 7th grade, but he was in the 8th grade band while I was in the 7th grade band, and we the same age, so I was always jealous. Jason Williams, a monster bass player from New York, by Atlanta, and now Seattle. So it's crazy being able to gigs. And then the youngest member in the band, Brandon Young, I met him
younger than you?
Huh? Younger
than you?
Yo, this is the first time I've never been the youngest person in the band.
Wow.
He's 25 years old, about to turn 26 next month. So still about to give him shit because he's still the youngest one. He still smells Similac on his breath.
Similac.
But no, just him being able to pick up so many keys and so many arrangements within short minutes and moments in time without noticed. Mm-hmm. And then ridiculous. And then my cousin Mario Pierce, the other last keyboard player on the gig, that I've been playing so many gigs with him over the years. I didn't even know and realize that that's legitimately my blood cousin until a couple months ago.
Oh, shit. Weird.
And I was going around telling everybody yo, I'm the only musical person in my family in Seattle. And I'm like, yo, I got a gang of relatives that he's connected to that all Black people are related somehow, some way now. Because found out that he was my cousin. By the way, it doesn't matter if it's my wife's side or his side, we're all family.
Yeah.
So
that's
cool.
The man. That's cool. Yeah, you had a great group and they complimented you well.
Yeah, I'm always fascinated about how, someone gathers a group of talent around them. We try to do that here with what we do. What do you do to find people to help you and get a band together like that? What steps do you take? Do you just go out and be like, hey, I need somebody? Or do you hunt people down?
A lot of it is I built relationships. I feel like I have to sort of kind of like you to play with.
I get that.
That helps, I'm sure.
That's all we do.
I know really talented musicians. I'm never a person that's looking for the best at anybody, best at what they do. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking for arrogance. I'm looking for people who just love making noise. And so the cool thing about this is I've been a student of each band member that was on that stand. So we built the relationships. We built, the communication and how how you like to play and just constant listening to each other. And so it becomes a conversation amongst musicians and kind of saying, F the crowd, we actually having a conversation right now. But y'all don't know that. But I think how that band happens is really just knowing your scene, knowing your city, being really meticulous about what kind of sound you use, and listening to the attributes of each musician that you're thinking about hiring. And I think it's more key than anything, because what you put out within your spirit is going to come automatically. Mm-hmm. And before we even started playing, we just wanted to just pray that somebody, like, and I believe that musicians are healing. They're healing towards people who we don't know what's going on in their lives when you walk in the door, but we want to make sure that you leave better than when you came in. So once we got that message out, it was like, okay, let's go run the play.
You know,
that's badass.
Yeah, it just reminded me of something I was thinking about.
That gave me chills, actually.
Exactly. That's what music kind of does, and that's interesting to me. God damn it. I had a really great point and I already forgot it. This is what happens when you get old, Medearis. You get old and you just fucking lose your mind, dude.
Right here.
Fucking god damn it. It's so bad.
I've got a question for you.
Go ahead. I'll
Aaron
find mine.
Aaron works you'll find it.
Aaron, dummy.
But,
stupid head, dummy.
Now, but like going off what Aaron said, I mean, for a while there, pop, rock, everything else had more big band type stuff in their music. And now, what do you think of the music scene that we're dealing with now, with everything being remixes or re-records on top of tracks on top of tracks, and less band members out there performing in front of everybody? Obviously, when you get together with people just like yourself, where you have a 7-piece orchestra of people playing with you, it's different. But as far as like the pop music and stuff today, or whatever else you want to look at, how about the fact that there's not as much individualism as far as extra instruments in there? How do you feel about today's music?
I believe that. Ooh, that's a hard question, because I have multiple feeling stories. That's a good question. I wasn't prepared to answer, but I'm gonna try my best.
I'm still trying to find my question. So you're fine.
Right. Shut up.
Just look at me like, damn. Okay. No, I believe this. I think that every musician has to be prepared for some type of evolution, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that whatever the job is required for you to feel something, or for you to be moved, or for you to be inspired, I think that that's a positive. Unless the music is telling you to go kill a whole bunch of people, then let's stop that right there. Because there's not as many more outlets for live music and all these 7-piece bands. Like, realistically speaking, it's just because it's not lucrative. It's not, unless you really know how to like make bread and you really have a good, smart, cohesive team together that can really bring that back to your band. I think that helps people like me kind of go against the wave a little bit and be like, watch this. I'm gonna bring you onto some like a new thing, which is really an old thing.
No,
but it's new because you've never seen it. You've never been introduced to it before. So we get to really bring back the cycle of live instrumentation, or what your music really came from, like the roots and the nitty gritty of it. I don't think it's a bad thing that, as long as you're getting paid, or as long as you really like getting your point across, and as long as you're spreading the message of positivity that I pray that a lot of these musicians and producers are doing, then I can't really hate on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it too. I mean, I could produce a whole live show. It's boring to me.
Yeah, because it's not coming from you, right? You're just kind of copy and pasting, kind of. It's
a case. I mean, I get it. The more I get into production work now, like into samples and stuff, because that's like, realistically speaking, that's how I got my Grammy, was through a sample. So I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just another way to pay homage towards the sound that we can record with, like the Michael Jacksons or the Stevie Wonders or whoever, right? This is a way to pay homage towards them, to say, hey, check this out, even though I didn't get a chance to play with you, this is what this song came of. This is what this song came about.
Well, hold on a second. He said he got a Grammy.
Oh, yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, okay.
You got a fucking Grammy?
I told you that.
That was the show that Samantha came to. That was my Grammy. That was my Grammy celebration show.
Oh shit! Wow. Well, congratulate, dude. That's huge,
It's
man.
huge. It's absolutely huge.
The irony of the fact that it just so happened to be one of my favorite rappers of all time, Kendrick Lamar.
Wow.
That I'm on the record with. I'm on Savior. If you go to Spotify, look up the credits, you will see Medearis MD Dixson. So really asking, like, I don't see where the credits at.
Right? Yep. Plug the shit out of that.
Fuck yeah, I would. I'd be
I
talking
would-
shit
yeah.
like a motherfucker. I'd be like,
Gangster. It's gangster.
that's fucking beautiful, man. That's
awesome.
dope. Good for you. Wow.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like, so this was like a random situation. It wasn't random but it was random enough for me to be like super shocked about it when I found out that the record got nominated. But the Grammy Award ceremony was the day before my birthday, right? It's a Sunday. My birthday's February 6th. By the way, 206. So I'm from Seattle, so 206
that's
February.
Oh, hey.
I get it.
No, it's
I get
awesome.
it. That's
Two
bad.
times 12. I was born at 1201. 12 times 1 is 12. I'm a 12. We can talk about numbers.
Oh, jeez. That's awesome.
But long story short, it was the craziest experience because I forgot to call out of work the next day. So I went to work, and being super normal about it was probably one of the hardest things ever. I'm like, "Here's, relax, you just want to grab. Oh my God, you just want to grab. Just be normal with it." Hey, no, look, it was one of those types of-
Right.
and I totally forgot it was my birthday.
That's what a Grammy will do to you.
Wait, how do you forget it's your birthday?
He won a fucking Grammy.
Yeah,
Okay,
you got a
yeah, I'd
Grammy. You
forget
got something better than a
too.
birthday.
I'd forget.
But then March of last year, and February 5th of this year, like that whole span just popped off because again, I'm at Carnegie Hall. I find out on Kendrick Lamar's album. I'm in Chicago for the first time eating a deep dish pizza. Just a lot of crazy stuff is going on during this time period, and like it was my first major placement as an artist or as a producer technically I'm a songwriter, so because I wrote the horn part, so it's crazy.
It sounds like you didn't even get a chance to process
So
it.
dope.
It just happened. And then, you're still properly processing it.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm still processing Carnegie Hall.
No shit. That's fucking Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, for real.
And the funny thing about
I'm
that
stuck
was
on the deep dish.
no, because that deep dish pizza was freaking life. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Look at his face right
now
now.
I'm
He's like,
stuck on
fucking
it.
pizza, you know?
I was so excited about the deep dish pizza. Nobody told me that you gotta wait for the shit to cool off. I ate it. I burned my tongue, and it was so good. I
Didn't give a
storm.
fuck.
I couldn't feel my tongue for the rest of the next 2 days, but it was worth it.
Every
It was
second.
worth it.
Every goddamn bite. He didn't give a shit.
Bite. Yes, I probably gained 3 or 4 pounds off that shit. I don't care. If it was, I'd do it again. Chicago don't miss with food.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, they go big. They go big.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's fucking amazing to win a Grammy. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
That's like a fucking Oscar. You know what I mean? For a filmmaker, it's just huge. It's huge.
And you had to go to work.
That's a
and
major
function.
step. Yeah, and then you go to work the
function
next
day.
What the fuck?
Like how?
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
I was all the way. It was all the way crazy.
Did
It
anybody know? Did anybody watch the Grammys and see you on there at work? Did they go, "Hey man," or they just come to be like, "Hey, you want to get those boxes and bring them into the other?" You're just like, "Fuck yeah."
There's not a lot of people at work that know what I do,
Oh wow.
unless it's something random, right? They're like, so when did you start playing saxophone? And they're like, oh yeah, now I gotta go into it.
Mhm.
So the week later, that's when everybody kind of found out, because there's always that 1 or 2 people at work that want to run your business in the ground, run your name in the dirt or whatever. So when were you gonna tell us that you won a Grammy? I didn't even get a happy birthday from you.
It's like, do you know who I am? You fuck.
But a lot of people at work know who I am. The director of my department at Seattle Children's Hospital was like really congratulatory as well.
That's cool, man.
It's a wild feeling.
That's amazing, man. That is a fucking accomplishment, and you should be very proud. I'm telling you that right fucking now.
What a crazy ride
Dope.
you're on.
Dope.
What a crazy ride.
With the saxophone, bro. Come on.
Right?
No, it's crazy.
Man.
Listen, so you play beautiful music. You got a Grammy. Been to Carnegie Hall. Played at Carnegie Hall. Ate a deep dish pizza. And you work at Seattle Children's Hospital.
In 1 year.
Not just. There's no. I have nothing else.
Bye, Chuck. I'll see you later.
Bye,
Yeah.
Chuck. Yeah, he's out.
Just try to reset one of these days. Yeah, might as well. That's how big of failures we are, Charles.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, and you forgot about his birthday. And
Yeah, and all the numbers. Everything's lined up for you, Medearis. This is bullshit.
no, it's cool.
You're making
It's
me
cool.
more
It's
jealous.
So,
I'm getting jealous now.
And he's in Miami.
I know.
it's so cool.
Look, I'm gonna be
Dixson.
completely with you. Like, as cool as this is, I mean, none of this shit is perfect. Like, to be honest with you, a lot of this was really kind of ghetto how it happened. But I'm not mad at
That's even better.
it, but I think that consistency and determination is going to be the contributing factor to anybody's success,
Absolutely.
anybody's career, and that's what I always tell everybody that.
I agree. I agree 100%. Good for
You're
you.
absolutely right.
I think that's the only way to do it. You
Yep.
got to keep going, no matter what. No matter what anybody says, no matter what you feel like, doesn't matter. Go.
Yep.
Just keep going.
No, for real.
Yep.
No, for real.
Absolutely agree.
Hey, so,
Yeah, yeah. And it's sad when you see talented motherfuckers who like drop off and don't continue, right? Where if they continued, they would be great. It's always the ones that hang in there and stay in there that end up making it in the long run.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that do. And they may not be the best ones, but they fucking hung in there.
But those people you're talking about, Aaron, you want to punch them in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, well, you're wasting shit.
Exactly. And it's so sad. I mean, they got a gift to fucking give and they quit on it. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
no, that's real, and I believe that's a slap in the face of those who believe in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who's put in time and invested and had conversations and really took time out of their day. And that's what I think about all the time, like people who really invested their time just to say, man, just keep going. If they've never bought a show ticket or they've like took times like, hey, look, you know what like any idea like that they've contributed. Like I don't take that little at all, because I think everybody has an idea, everybody has great things, and the fact that you thought enough for me to succeed in a way that if I went through this idea, this would help me succeed. Like that's beautiful.
It's energy.
It is
Yep,
beautiful.
They gave you something.
It
It's
is
dope.
beautiful.
It's
And a
dope.
lot of times those people are not even like your family. And
Most of the time they're not.
you seem to have a very supportive family. However, we don't really. I mean, Chuck does, but like we don't. So it's strangers usually that are supporting us. Usually strangers.
It's always.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Me and my mom had not had the best relationship. We just came around the circle. My pops had passed. Me and my sister was the one that I played Happy Birthday to. I'll probably say within the last 5 or 6 years, that's probably been my biggest supporter. I'm not gonna go into the rest of my family, but I don't have the best relationship family wise with a lot of people.
Same here.
Me neither.
And a lot that I've grown close with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you would have thought like, yo, like we really tight, and it wasn't really the case.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
but again, when you have a drive, you have to put all of that to a side.
You do.
Cannot be, and you have to keep going forward. And again, those strangers, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know half that room. These are not just like, this was not like a family reunion, but the moment that they stepped, or the moment that they expressed how what I did or how the show went was like, the moment that they expressed gratitude for me, for even me for us putting on the whole thing, that made them and solidified them as family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wish you could have seen from where I was sitting. because I saw people's faces and they're lighting up in their excitement for you.
Yeah.
You would have thought they were family. I kind of assumed they were.
Well,
But yeah, just knowing that a lot of them were strangers was crazy.
I remembered my question.
Cool.
I did.
Oh,
I remember it now.
hey.
Yeah, and that was that great segue, Sam. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
You know, earlier you talked about music and how you're telling that story with it, right? So
Yes.
when people hear these melodies that you do, or you hear a song on the radio or something, and you really listen to it, and you really pay attention to it, and you feel something, it kind of relates to something that you've gone through, you know, where you don't feel like you're alone anymore, like you're the only one that's gone through it. Like if you hear about a breakup song and you just broke up, you might cry when you hear it, but at the same time, there's a weird feeling you get where you're kind of like, you want to hear that song because you don't feel like you're the only one going through this pain. Does that make sense? So when you're telling these stories to people and they give you the standing ovation, or they're with you, so connected to you, brother, it's because they relate to what you're doing. You know what I mean? That's what's so fucking great. That's great.
Yeah,
That's all it, and that's really what it is. And the best storytellers, I feel like, there's a difference between hearing where I come from and feeling where I come from. And a lot of these experiences, you gotta really, like, that whole weekend was like a shit show in itself, because a couple of days before that, my car got broken into.
Oh no.
So it was
Real
more
life.
that show. I wouldn't even call that a show. That was just a whole therapy session. Like, I was really vented. Oh, so look, the crazy part about it was I caught the dude, beat him up, and then police came in like 2 seconds later. It was a whole situation. A gun may have fell out of his waist, may have not. It could have got really shitty. Like,
Sounds like it.
but I will say this. Again, I look at life as like a big ass iceberg, right? Precipitating factors. You have the part of the iceberg that you don't see. That's the person that you see, the front that people put on, and then you got the lower iceberg where people are going through a lot of life, right? So how you might feel when you walk in through that door. Well, I don't know what precipitating factors that led up into why you're here, why you're emotional, why you sad, but I have to be able to juggle these kind of things when I'm in the show. So, and again, I wanted to make sure that I brought the best me, and it was more of the childish me, because I pulled out a lot of shit in that show that I probably shouldn't have, and I had a whole plan and everything, and we just threw that to the side and just, you know, we kind of got busy.
It was an awesome show. Like, it was amazing. I wouldn't have saw like any of the shit you're talking about. I never would have imagined, because it was an awesome show. You pulled that shit off. It was great. It was a great show.
I like what you were talking about there with the
iceberg.
Yeah, but yeah, it's great, and just getting in that vibe, in that mode. Like, I can only relate to what I do artistically, right? So I'll speak for myself here just quickly. There's been times where I know I love being creative, making films, writing, doing whatever we do. But there is times when I'm like, I don't want to do it today, because it was a shitty day, or I'm frustrated, or I'm lazy, or I'm tired, or something is on my mind where I just don't feel it. My dad used to be like a hella good drawer, right? Before he passed away, you know, he would draw pictures for me, like superheroes, and I'd be like, dude, you want to draw today? He's like, no, I'm not feeling it. And he wouldn't do it. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know how to draw? Just draw. You know, but he had to feel it, right? So when you have one of those hard days, Medearis, when shit goes bad, like dude's jacking your car, by the way, that's John Travolta. It's worth it because you caught him and you beat his ass, so good for you. You had a shitty fucking day, and now you got a show to go to. What does Medearis Dixson do to push that aside and be the performer and connect with that audience? What do you do?
You throw everything that you had planned out the window. That's the best way I can say it. I could have planned to play. I didn't play not one original one of my original songs that's going to be on my album. Like I didn't play none of those songs.
You didn't?
I played songs that felt good to me. I played songs that felt good to people, and I blew the brakes off that saxophone.
Yeah, you did.
And I don't ever talk like that. But I feel like in context, blowing off steam a lot helps me like recenter and re-level.
Mm-hmm.
I was not excited for that show like I thought I was going to be.
Right.
Wow.
Only because of all of the, the heavy burden that was on me. And like just to even break down the show a little bit further, I was this close to canceling the show, not because of the break-in incident, but because I didn't even have a venue until like 2 weeks before the show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why you said no, you didn't put a location on your.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
When I originally made the flyer, it was a secret location because I was doing business negotiations and thought it was going to be it was cool, but I wanted to make sure that I got early ticket sales. And I'm stressed out. I'm in Dominican Republic at the time. This was a vacation, by the way. So I'm getting off of vacation to realize that nothing is done other than there's like a couple ticket sales.
Wow.
So I probably went from 30 ticket sales like 2 weeks before to like 130, which I was only trying to sell like 120.
Good.
And it ended up being like 160 people in that room some way, standing room only.
It was it was crazy.
It was wild because I didn't know that many people knew who I was or paying attention or in any of that. But long story short, to answer your question, a lot of it you gotta throw yourself aside. You gotta throw your plans aside because what we do as creatives is 9 times out of 10 going to be a lot bigger than us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like if my goal is to spread a message and to spread, because again, it's not about y'all pulling up, y'all let me collect your money and us playing for you. No, because that's a disservice.
That's that surface stuff.
That's really surface level stuff. But how do I really build a relationship with you as an audience? How do I inspire you to inspire me? How do you get inspired to do something positive for your community? How can we take these songs or this conversation that we're having, this indescribable moment that everybody in the room is creating? And I explained it within the name of my band, Soulology. We're interconnected one by one through the soul. How do we take this concept and build? And so I would be extremely selfish as an individual, as a human being, I would be extremely selfish if I didn't go through with that show. Yeah. It wouldn't work. It would go against everything that I preach to this day. Like I that's how I look at it.
Well, it was beautiful and you pulled it off. So I mean,
you said it earlier too. It's bigger than you.
It's definitely definitely.
I get it.
And it's never. And even though people are buying tickets to see me or the band or their favorite drummer or whatever it is, like it's not about me. It's really about the movement. It's really about Seattle. In my mind, it's really about just cultivation.
Yep.
The music, my song might inspire you to write a movie that like blows box office numbers off the charts.
Right.
No, I get it.
Right.
I totally get it.
Or our movie could inspire you to write a song that's off the charts.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah,
that wins you a second Grammy.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I'll do it.
Right? You never know. I mean, honestly.
Don't tempt me with that saxophone, brother.
Don't.
Oh no, Aaron and I love.
Hey, look, I'll be back in Seattle on Tuesday.
Oh shit!
King of the Park. We can do a quick sound check. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Don't make threats you can't
by
keep.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
so
I don't
be
fuck
careful
around.
what you're saying here.
I love it.
Look, hold me to it, cause I'm look. It ain't look. My laptop stays on me. I can find a little studio in LA to do sometime with it. Something we can make it
Oh
happen.
my God, stop! Like we love you all day long.
All day long. That's fucking dope.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, man.
It's building relationship, building community.
Yeah, because you create something better with a community of people than you can create alone.
Yeah.
And even if your art is, you know, I write poetry. It's just, you know, by myself. But, you know, with other people, you can create so much more and so much bigger and such a better thing.
It's still a voice,
And I
though.
love that.
Yeah, your
because
voice
you
is
put
getting
your
out
part,
there.
yeah.
It's the same. It's
Yeah.
it's all the same. You know,
But you
we
can't
make
reach levels on your own that you
No.
can reach with a community of people.
correct, and he's connecting like with his audience. You know, that's like the family he's
Yeah.
trying to reach now, and that's fucking beautiful. And he's doing that with his saxophone, his
Yes.
music, his gift. You reached him with your movies, Sam. You could reach him if you put your fucking poetry in a goddamn book. You know what I mean? People
That's
could read that and they would grow. You would have a family. You know, that was a whole thing we were doing, Medearis, up here with the filmmakers and these actors and musicians, composers. We build this family network of people, and we all come to fucking gather and make something great that we can share with everybody else and have them join, whether they're the audience, whether they're, you know, supporting us, whether they're just the viewer. It doesn't matter. You know, like you said, someone can just come up and say, keep doing what you're doing, bro. And that means fucking
enough.
everything.
Yeah, everything.
Everything. Because most people won't say that. So I get it.
Even your own family sometimes
Right.
won't say
Yeah.
that.
That's dope. See, I got goosebumps.
they
That's
will-
fucking badass.
It
I love
is badass.
Well, they will not. And again, it doesn't take much. And again, a lot of it isn't about the money. I always say it's never about the money.
It's not about
it
the
helps.
money.
It helps a lot.
It
helps,
does help.
No, it does help. But just the fact that you have somebody that you know that believes in you.
Yeah.
We as creatives can really be in a dark place at a lot of different times.
You're
randomly.
not lying.
And again, just to know that you have that support base that does look for what you're going to do next. And they'll hit you with the, hey, so when is your album dropping? I heard you was working on that album, or I heard that you got a movie that you're working on. When are we going to be able to see that? I want to support.
Right.
You have those, and granted, there's a lot of people who say that and don't show up. We're not talking about, this is not your part of the show. This is not your part of the testimony. But those who do show up, those who do pull up, those who do inquire, those who do keep saying positive affirmations about you and to you and speaking nothing but positivity on your life, that helps tremendously.
Hugely.
I would not be able to say I've done anything in general. I would not be able to accomplish any of the accomplishments I have gotten if I didn't have those people who kept on me.
Yep.
For real though.
I
They keep you going.
Yep.
And even if, see, I have a,
All it takes is one.
yeah, it just takes one.
Yep.
And this person believes in me. He knows who he is. He listens to every show. We all don't need to name drop him, but he knows who he is. He supports me in everything that I do. He's listened to every one of our podcasts. He comes to every one of my movie premieres or my things that I have going on. And that's all it takes. It's just one person that believes in you, and he fully believes in me. But he always encourages me. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you up to? What are you doing next?
But look at the people that embrace you. You know, like you have a team of people that are with you.
Well, yes,
That's what
I do. Yes, and I don't get me wrong. I appreciate that fully. I love that.
We're
amazingly.
chop liver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're not chop liver. You're in it with me.
You got
But
it.
having that one person that believes in you personally and encourages you to keep going
That's
and keep
outside of
doing
the
it.
sphere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's outside of the
I get
sphere. That encourages you just to keep going. And what are you doing next? You know, and that always inspires me to keep doing. Oh, I gotta have a next for Drew.
Yeah.
So he can.
Just
so I
name
have an
dropped him, by the way.
answer. You know. Oops. So I have
Okay,
an
shouldn't say
answer for him
fucked up.
next time he asks.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Because he believes in me, and I love that. It keeps me going. It keeps me wanting to move forward and wanting to keep building my craft because he enjoys it. That's all it takes.
You know what's funny? I just connected this. So when I was growing up, my dad was the one guy that I always wanted to. I always say impress, but it wasn't impress. I just wanted to make sure he was proud of me. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he died. He died when I was 15. Okay. So, but before that, he always had that way of making me go and try really hard so I could hear him or see him go, yeah, you know, or he'd give me that fist bump, or he would look at me and goes, that's my son right there. That's my boy. You know, anything like that, those little things that he would do got me, a football scholarship. Still to this day, it's in me, it's still in me. So when I hear somebody give me one of those, hey, keep going, it reminds me of that. That's the feeling I get. That's why I can't ever quit this, ever. I can't. I started it. I got people excited about it. Now people expect something of me. And I can't let them down because I'd be letting down my fucking dad if I did that. Does that make sense? Okay.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. He gets it. You get it.
I get it.
You get it.
I can't even say that better than, like, because again, like my dad made a lot of sacrifices. My dad was like the rock star of my family.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I was definitely a daddy's boy. I definitely needed that. I needed him, that look or that nod of approval.
Mm-hmm.
So I could keep going. And when my dad passed in 2017, that took a lot of that shook me down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the coolest thing was knowing that, and I guess that you can relate to this too, is maintaining some sort of legacy.
Yes.
A wise man told me that winners never quit and quitters never win. And my dad didn't raise a quitter, and my dad didn't raise somebody who didn't have a foot in the game to like really fight to get what his legacy deserves. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I fucking do.
So I felt that wholeheartedly because like when it comes to my dad and a lot of what he sacrificed for me to get to where I got to, and again, wasn't the perfect man, but he made the shit happen. He made the shit shake.
Yep.
I can't even be mad at you. That was all I needed. And a lot of it is we don't need much. It's just that one person that we will look out for, even when we don't think they're looking. They low key looking, but they don't want you to look.
Right?
They don't want you looking while you like. They want you to like. They might brush it off like they don't really care, but they're really paying attention because they don't want you to really be dependent on them. But they like try to watch you.
Giving you that side eye a little bit,
A little side eye. Like,
I'm a little old for that, but it's okay.
That's right.
I still look for it.
But
No,
that's what,
when my dad died, I feel you guys on the dad stuff, but
Yeah.
my dad wasn't as much of a player in the game. He really didn't. He was kind of, what some people would consider not a participant in society. He was homeless. He was drunk. He was a drunk, homeless guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he was. But he was my biggest fan.
Yeah.
And I will never, for the rest of my life, and I know this for a fact, I will never have anyone love me the way that man did. And so when he died, it was a lot of loss for me just because of the support and the way he loved me, and knowing that no one will ever love me like that was a lot of loss. And I guess that's why I value so deeply when someone like Drew cares and like supports me in what I do, because it's like a little piece of my dad is there, and my dad just adored me. He adored me. And yeah, he wasn't a great, member of society, but he adored me.
Yeah, it was
unconditional. And that's something I won't ever feel again. So little pieces of that come through when someone supports me. And I guess that's the important thing, is that you never really lose that person. I mean, they're always in you, and they're always coming out, and the things you do and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like people say, the old cliche things that people say when someone passes away, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But when someone does support you, even after that, it means even more. It means so much. It means great deal, especially when they're just strangers. They're not related to you. They don't have any obligation to you, and yet they believe in you.
Yeah, there's something you did.
It's special and it's cool, and that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's why I appreciate that so much.
You connected with them.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
it's all about at the end of the day.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Medearis.
So now that we're talking about all of our fathers and everything, let me ask you a quick question. You're coming up on the 10 o'clock hour here in Miami. What the hell are you going to go do tonight that's make either your daddy proud or make him shy away?
Welcome to Miami.
Well, it's a young night.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay,
I've been there.
okay.
That shit don't shut down
We're
until
old,
5 a.m.
so it's a
Yeah.
late night.
and they're
for us.
sweeping up South Beach like at 6 a.m, and then the people hit right again right in the morning. So it just keeps going. It never stops.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I will say this. South Beach is a little bit out of my my price range. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
Everywhere's out of my price range.
North Beach is okay too. Yeah, buy some grannies some drinks. They'll take care of you. They can take out some teeth.
I was thinking about like more like Fort Lauderdale. If I go to Pensacola, I might be able to find some type of somebody.
You can find a groundhog there, I heard.
If I go to Pensacola, I might be able to, sugar mama, something that might.
Oh, hey.
Mhm.
No. I mean, so I got an early flight in the morning, so I'm not gonna do too much. I'm about to go link up with some people, and I'm about to go have a little bit of fun. About to go pray, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Good
You
answer.
gonna go pray on or pray with?
Good answer. Yeah, it's good.
All of the above.
Yeah, it's a good answer. Yeah, it's Medearis.
And remember, you can always sleep on the plane tomorrow, my brother. That's all I'm saying. You can always sleep on the plane tomorrow for the 6-hour flight back to the West Coast.
My philosophy is you'll sleep enough when you're dead, right?
Oh, Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Badass.
Look here.
Thanks for the dance.
All of the above, right? I mean,
I think we should play a game like little kids before we end the show.
Okay, let's play a quick
okay.
game. No, it's badass.
What do you guys
Let's
think?
go. Yeah,
You want
play
it?
a game. You got a game?
I do got a game.
Let's
of
play a
course.
game real quick, and
So
we'll let Medearis
we're
go.
gonna do an Urban Dictionary game, but we're gonna do like the kind of like old school Urban Dictionary, like the old people one.
Like, oh,
Like
I'll be good
back
at this
in
one,
the
right?
like back in the day.
Okay.
This is what people called this. So the Urban Dictionary game, Medearis, if you don't know, it is I tell you like a term or something, and you tell me what it means.
like what is a scallywag or
Exactly.
Correct.
tallywhacker or something like
Ooh, tallywhacker.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I got a half white.
Scallywag's a bad person. A tallywhacker's a penis. Great. These ones I know.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I got a
guys.
half white tallywhacker, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Sorry,
You do.
dude, I lost him. This
Where
whole
did he
camera's
go?
gone.
Where did he go? He does have a half-white tallywhacker.
I'm gonna name the show Tallywhacker.
Got a
When
really
Medearis
dark spot
Dixon.
on it, though. He calls it a freckle. We think it's just his black.
It's a beauty
Tallywhacker.
mark. It's a beauty mark on my tallywhacker. It's fine.
All right. Before Medearis just
Okay, here we
cuts
go.
us off
Yeah, I
and
don't want
leaves.
him to leave. I don't want him to leave yet. All right, let's go. Let's play the game.
So we're gonna play Urban Dictionary, but old school.
Old school.
Old
Urban
school Urban Dictionary.
Are you guys ready?
We are ready. And Medearis goes first, right?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
good.
I guess always go first.
Okay, here we go.
All right, you ready?
No
Are you
pressure.
really ready? No pressure ready? Or pressure ready? No, I'm kidding. All right, are you ready?
all of the above. Let's go.
Meat hook. What is a meat hook? Meat
A meat
hook.
Urban Dictionary game.
I'm assuming that these are like a hook that like has cattle hanging. I'm assuming
Oh.
in freezers. That's the sort. Ready like chopped up, already like gutted out and whatnot, ready to be sliced up. That kind of thing. I'm assuming.
Good answer.
All right, no, that's a great answer.
answer. Okay.
Aaron, what do you think a meat hook is?
I
As
think
fuck, but
In the old school meat hook.
I think it's a punch.
Ooh, you think it's a
Yeah, when you punch somebody, you
Okay.
give them a meat hook.
Chuck, what do you got?
That was the exact same thing I was thinking. A big old meat hook. Boom. It's a polo
okay,
shot.
so
hook
both
shot.
of you thought punch.
it's a meat that somebody will hook on to.
Sure do.
All right, well, the real answer is meat hook is your hands. So basically, I guess that would be kind of in a way correct. But yeah.
It's a
meat
meat hook.
hands.
You know why we got that right? Because we're old. We're old.
And we watched
Yeah.
Rocky beat up meat.
Yeah.
So you guys can thank me later for giving you this because Medearis is young.
Yeah.
And you guys are old, and so
Yeah.
you guys have an upper hand on him.
Yeah.
And that's not really fair. But
Medearis
anyway.
is fucked
Well,
in this
he
game.
gave
We
us
got
like
it.
almost a Webster Dictionary's definition of what a real meat hook was. So
I
I think he
know.
gets a half point.
I know. Yeah, I'd give him a half point for that because it actually makes sense.
Definitely.
A literal meat that hooks on.
Yeah, see it straight up. What's the next
Yeah,
one, Sam?
that was a good one actually.
Yeah, that's good.
That was
That's
better
good.
than their answer. I don't know.
If
I'd give
we
it to you.
lose, then he loses his half point. But if we win, then he can get a half point.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
What is a mutton shunter? Mutton shunter.
What the fuck?
Mutton shunter. Mutton shunter. We're going 1983.
The Urban Dictionary
Mutton
game.
shunter.
What is that, like a ski slope?
No, that's
That's a great answer.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, what do you got?
I think it's a old lady saying motherfucker. Mutton shunting. You mutton shunting.
No, you can't even say it.
dude.
Mutton shunter.
Yeah.
You said from 1983, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm stuck. My brain is stuck with Stephen King with the fucking the gun, the bolt gun for killing the sheep. Sheep or mutton, and the mutton shunter. He was the bolt.
Oh, that's a good answer, though. That's a good answer.
Mutton shunter. Okay.
Good answer.
Dang, Chuck.
I know. Going big, bro.
It seems too literal, but
Go big or go home. Right.
All right, well, the answer is it is a term for a policeman. A
Shunter?
mutton shunter.
What the hell is this?
Mutton shunter.
I've never heard of this in
look at
my
your
life.
face.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, Medearis. Yeah.
well, Aaron, maybe we're not old enough. For
No,
these.
not that old, I guess. Fucking 80s.
From
You guys
1983.
You want it from 19?
Yeah,
I like
but-
how she gives the date.
but-
In 1983,
but people
mutton
from-
shunter was a term used for blank.
But they,
I
were
mean, that's what-
asking like people who were 80 in 83.
80?
You know, who were born back in
If you were 80 and 83, you would know that.
Right, exactly. It's an old lady word.
You want
I'm kind of
another
right.
one?
I should get a half point for that.
Wait, what?
I said old lady. So I should get a half. Okay, great.
You don't.
All right, next.
No. You want one more?
One more, please.
Okay. Roadie row. ROW dash DE dash ROW. Roadie row.
The Urban Dictionary game.
Rowdy or rowdy?
Roadie row.
Roadie row.
I'm assuming that these are people that help you out with your luggage or things, and they all stand in line trying to help you out, carry your groceries or some type of baggage or something. I don't know.
I like that. Your roadie row.
Roadie row.
The musician comes up with something that makes sense for roadie.
Yeah.
Roadie row, Aaron. What's a roadie row? ROW. Row.
Fuck. Roadie row.
Roadie row.
Maybe. I don't know. Roadie row.
You know, I guess it could be rowdy row.
What?
Rowdy
You can't change it now.
Rowdy row, rowdy row. It's the ROW. It's rowdy row.
That
Rowdy row.
changes the definition.
Okay,
Yeah, it
okay,
does.
so you can
Rowdy
change your
row.
answer. You can change your answer.
So
If it was rowdy
ROW.
row, it's rowdy row. Well, I don't know. It doesn't
I just
say
wanna
how to
keep- I
say it.
would-
It
The
doesn't
last
say how to
word, the
say
last
it.
word's row, right? ROW. The last word is ROW.
It's ROWDEROW. So it's
Roadie row. I get what you're
or,
saying.
but I
Rowdy
mean,
row,
it could
get
be rowdy
Roadie
row.
Maybe.
I
maybe
don't know how you say it.
it's
I
ju-
just know how it's spelled.
Yeah, it's a like row your boat gently down the street. Roadie boat. I don't know, dude. That's all I got. I
Okay,
got
well,
nothing.
I don't know. It could be either. So,
Okay.
rowdy row or roadie row.
All right,
You
Chuck.
can pick,
Go for
whatever.
it. Go for it, Chuck. I got it.
You want to change your answer before I get into this, Medearis?
No.
He's done with this game. Fuck Urban Dictionary.
You started it.
A roadie row is a term for like the quick bumps in a dirt bike race. Roadie row. Boom, boom.
Oh, okay. Roadie row.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
fair enough.
All right. But and if
I
it
have
was
no
rowdy
fucking
row,
clue.
do you have a different one? What if it was rowdy row? What would it be?
Row, it's that bitch I used to do at the bar. That that's what it's for.
Yeah, I'd say
Wow.
Rowdy Piper.
Oh, yeah, that round was rowdy.
Yeah, she was very rowdy. Yep.
And Aaron, you have nothing.
No, Rowdy Piper. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, wrestler. How about? I'm good.
Better answer than mine.
Okay, it's when altercation turns into a full-blown fight.
Okay, Sam.
So that was a rowdy round.
It's
A rowdy row.
A rowdy
Oh,
row.
rowdy
So
row.
see, I said it could be a roadie row or rowdy row. I said that, didn't I?
Wow.
Okay, fine.
Wow.
Now you
Fine.
pissed off
We're-
Medearis.
Okay, we're doing another one then. That's not fair. That's not fair. It didn't say how to say it. It just said how it was spelled. Okay, fine. We're doing another one.
Okay, one more.
Okay. Khaki wacky.
The Urban Dictionary game.
Khaki
What's a
wacky.
khaki wacky back in the day? Since I fucked up the last one.
Tacky wacky.
Khaki wacky.
Khaki wacky.
How many people?
And that is how it's pronounced.
Cacky Wacky.
Cacky Wacky.
CACKYWACKY.
No, KHAKIWACKY.
It's okay. Medearis.
Anyway.
Please.
Tacky Wacky.
Cacky Wacky.
Oh, Lord.
The Urban Dictionary Game.
You know what? I'm going to just go ahead on and say it.
Say it.
Say it.
When her wacky is kind of tacky.
Perfect.
All right.
I love it. I love it.
That's all right.
Yep.
All right. Aaron?
Uh,
No, did you have an ex?
Khaki
more to
wacky.
say?
I think it's when you have a wet dream in your khakis. Khaki wacky. I got wacky all over my khakis. Yep. Just you just kind of spooged all over your. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be here
anyways.
all week.
All right, Chuck.
Cacky Wacky is very similar to Punch Bug or Punch Buggy, slug bug. It's somebody was wearing khaki, slapping in the ass as you run by him.
Oh, khaki wacky.
Cacky Wacky.
I hate how
Because she spelled khaki
Yeah,
like khaki.
the confidence, right?
Yeah, like khaki pants. Like
Yes.
khaki
Do you hear what
color.
Medearis said? He hates how confident he is in his answer. I know.
hate how confident he is. Like, I feel
do
like
too.
even if he got it wrong, his answer should be right because the confidence.
My answer becomes so right because I will spend the next 3 days smacking people in the ass if they're wearing khaki.
Yeah, and just make it next time we're on the show. There will be a
Chuck
khaki
just
wacky.
made a
and it is
game.
yeah, it is your game.
Oh no. Okay.
It's too funny.
I will not wear khakis to your house. Anyway,
Okay, what is
khaki
it?
wacky is supporting veterans.
Oh God,
Back
I feel
in the
like
day.
I feel really bad right now.
You're all
I won't
wrong.
smack any of
You're
them.
all
I'll
wrong.
smack it-
And you know what? You're especially wrong, Charles.
I will
with your,
smack you
with
in
your
the ass
confidence.
if you ask me to,
Yeah.
sir.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm,
you'll smack me in the ass and salute me.
I was talking about I came in my pants.
No.
We're veterans. Like this is terrible.
No, if you're a khaki wacky, you're a veteran supporter.
Tacky wacky, like
Khaki
come on.
wacky is a veteran supporter back in the day.
All right.
Back in the day when
in
I
the
was
day.
young, I'm not a kid anymore. Anyway, that was my attempt at a game.
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary game.
Thank you.
Oh,
Urban Dictionary Game.
Thank you.
Well, that's it.
All
The
right.
guys
I don't know
is
how
done.
much
He's
fun
like,
it was,
Fuck you guys.
but-
You guys are crazy. I got my glasses on. I'm
It
going
was-
out Southern.
Well, let's
you're awesome.
let's wrap it up. Medearis, it's been an absolute pleasure, brother. Thank you for joining us today.
Respect
Seriously.
is all mine.
I enjoyed everything we talked about here. You know, the depth of the music, the feelings, emotion, bringing the community, the family, the vibe, all of it.
Is that
Everything.
That's not your saxophone, is it? Oh, hell. Do you have it?
Yeah,
Oh, shit. Play
Step
something
5 feet back from your
else.
phone and play something.
but I'm in a hotel right now.
Yeah,
so I'm
you
not
Okay,
gonna-
you can't
You
play it.
can't play in a
Oh.
hotel. You blow everybody away.
sad.
It's 10 o'clock.
That's okay.
Yes,
Maybe he'll.
yeah.
Hey, Medearis, can we put a track on one of your songs in this show?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll do that.
Send
Yeah.
us a track you want to
Yeah,
do.
send us
Yeah.
one that we
Yeah,
can
send
use.
us a link and we'll drop it in. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll play.
And we'll drop
during
it
our
in as
interview.
I get ready to do your outro,
Yeah,
brother.
there's a lot of music that's in this show anyway, so you got a track.
How should I send it? Like,
You got an MP3 file?
Yeah,
We'll just throw it in.
MP3.
okay, yeah, I can do that.
All right, you're the
Just
man,
to our
brother.
email.
Right now while you're
Yeah, yeah.
Who
that's
do I
badass.
send it to?
Just the email, the Around the Reel 253.
Oh yeah, yeah. Where the link came from? Yep, I can do that.
I appreciate
cool.
it. Yeah, we'll drop it in. That's how the show
Yeah,
ends.
for
We'll
sure.
drop that
I
song.
mean,
in. It should be playing right now. It should be playing right now.
Yes, it should.
Yeah, that
It's
song.
pretty-
Right
It's guys,
Hold on, hold on.
guys, everybody stop talking. Listen, the song's playing right now. You can hear it.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's badass. Medearis, don't ruin the song.
Yeah, you're gonna fuck up the song, man. This song's gonna be playing during this.
Well, I'll add it in post. Medearis. Yeah,
We'll match up the song with that tone that you give us.
Yeah.
it's great having you on, brother. It's
And
great
by
to
the
get to
way,
know
I
you.
want to say, after hearing your beautiful voice, I really want to hear you play the sax because that wasn't my favorite.
Wait, what?
I don't know what you just said, but
I
anyway,
don't know what
Chuck,
you said either.
why
but
don't you close out the
close
show,
us
Charles?
out?
I said, after hearing his beautiful voice, I can't wait to hear him play the sax because
Oh.
that voice was not my favorite.
Okay.
It sounded like a
Okay.
dying Muppet.
Oh.
But remember, Medearis,
That's
please,
rude.
but thank you so much for joining us, John Around the Reel. Thank you for hanging out and having a great conversation about what got you doing what you're doing, rubbing it in our face that you have an award that we can't get, and also make sure that you love your family, love your friends, and love those who support you, because everybody needs the support you can get. And remember, Medearis, I want to remind you, my friend, while you're out and about tonight and you're kicking at Miami, if you see one of those veterans wearing those hats, you walk up and you tell that gentleman that you're a khaki-wacky, and you can't wait to support him in any way he needs. Give him a smack on the ass.
Definitely tell him that.
All right, brother. Be safe. Be safe in your journeys. Get home safe so we can see you in person one of these days soon. And remember, everybody out there, think hard, because you're thinking anyway.
See everybody later.
Bye.
See you later.
For those of you that want to be a guest on Around the Reel, please email Sam at aroundthereal253@gmail.com.
That's aroundthereal253@gmail.com.
Not Messenger. Do not message Aaron on Messenger, because then he has to send you a message that says email Sam at aroundthereal253@gmail.com.
That's aroundthereal253@gmail.com.
How come they can't just message me again?
Because nobody wants to fucking talk to you.
Can anybody reach out? That's an artist, filmmaker, actor?
If you're an artist of any kind, we want to hear from you.
But we are going to vet the crap out of you.
We don't care if you make millions of dollars in Hollywood or if you're just beginning your career in the art industry. We don't care. So everybody that wants to be on Around the Reel, yes, we want you.
That's aroundthereal253@gmail.com.